all the weird stuff, that's happening in the world, maybe conspiracies or things you believe in, whatever you want. We try to share this as a community, which is awesome. And today I want to talk about the Buga sphere. Oh my God, this is definitely a creepy UFO. What is the Buga sphere? It was this, you'll see in my thumbnail, but it's like this round thing that was seen flying around in Colombia in March, and it hit some power lines and it went down. And the thing is, so they actually had access to this UFO. A lot of the times we have like images or governments have captured, but publicly, where they state that they never really recovered much, but they were actually publicly able to recover it. It was sent to the University of Georgia. The University of Georgia received it in September 12, 2025. Hi, welcome. I see I have someone here. Who do I have here? I just started my live. Okay, and then they dated the resin from that UFO 12,560 years ago. The carbon in this resin last exchanged with the atmosphere 12,560 years ago. That's insane. And they gave it back on September 19th, or they came up with those results. Hi. Who do I have here? We're talking about the UFO that was seen in Colombia that they actually were able to retrieve, which was super interesting. It's like this sphere thing, because they got stuck in some power lines. Okay. It means that this was dated to 10,600 BC, around the end of the last ice age. It's obviously not modern materials. It's very old material. It reacts to different sound frequencies and disrupts nearby electronics. Some people claim that they get headaches around this UFO that was retrieved in Colombia. There's claims that it affects plant life. Hi, welcome. Hi, I have Jeff and Arshad. How are you guys? My name is Paulina. Okay, so, Marcielo, welcome. Hi. I think I have quite a few new people here. I was talking about, in this channel we talk about all the weird stuff. I was talking about the UFO that was found in Buga Colombia. Hey, Lancia, hi. How are you guys? How's your day? I'll start it again. Arshad, welcome. So, welcome. So there was this weird sphere. If you look at my thumbnail, you'll see it. There's this weird sphere that was retrieved in Buga, Colombia. And it actually, UFO, like unidentified phenomenon, but it actually got caught in their power lines, which is so interesting. This is nice. Hello, you guys. Arsha says hello. And it was flying around this March in Colombia, and it hit some power lines and it went down. It was sent to the University of Georgia, and they dated the resin on the UFO to 12,560 years ago. That's the last time it exchanged with our atmosphere. And this was in September. They gave it back. They analyzed it and gave it back by September 19th. Hello. Brazil, you should be famous. That's nice. Juan Gracia, I finally caught the live. Yes. I'm talking about that UFO that was caught in Buga. My notes are always very colorful. In Buga, Colombia, and the University of Georgia found that the resin on the UFO was 12,560 years old. The carbon in this resin last exchanged with the atmosphere 12,560 years ago. And then it means that this was dated to 10,600 BC, around the end of the last ice age, which is super interesting. It is not a modern material. So they're analyzing this. It reacts to different sound frequencies, apparently. It disrupts nearby electronics. It claims to affect plant life. People have tried to steal it because it's been moved around. In Mexico, there was like a man disguised as a policeman tried to steal it. And people who are around this weird sphere that they found, they say they get headaches from it. So I want to see if you guys know what I'm talking about, that sphere that was found in Colombia, and what your thoughts were on it. Okay. Nicholas says, good night, honey. Love you. Thank you. MD says, nice. Hi. Good night, you guys. Hi. Come to Turkey. Hi. Welcome. I don't know. You tell me, Anthony. So, have you guys heard of this peculiar UFO found in Buga, Colombia? They're actually like publicly investigating it. Do you think it's like man-made? What do you guys think? Have big personalities. You are my girl. No, I have not. You have not. Yeah, it's like this ball thing, and the only reason they were able to capture it in Colombia was because it was flying and it got caught on power lines, which is interesting. Let me see. Hi, Ross says you speak Spanish. It's the lady. Thank you. Teeth look sharp. Have you bitten your tongue with those? I have not. Jacob said, handsome. Thanks. You guys are very sweet. Okay. So, I wanted to hear your thoughts on this. I mean, it is something they apparently caught. Do you think it's from this world? Do you think, it's aliens? Do you think it's just like some other weird technology from the past? You're very handsome, thanks. Curbsy says, hello, welcome back. I'm my vampire self. So, for those who just got here, I was talking about the Buga Colombia UFO that was seen. It seems like you guys are not really interested in that, so I guess we can go on to the next subject. I thought it would be cool to talk about the children that remember their past lives. So apparently there are a lot of children that they're like 2, 3, 4, 5, and they vividly remember details of their past life, which is so interesting. There's one famous case where they found the murderer, which is really, really cool. Yeah, Tina says, yeah, the thing is, it is from the world. So you think it's just like technology from somewhere in this world that someone made? That's interesting. Yeah, totally possible, honestly. Ronald says, hello. And then Juan Catalan says, I wonder if anyone got raptured lately. You know what? Talking about that, you guys, like, it's so funny to me because I got a message where this girl, she sent me a message. She was like, the rapture did happen. They just didn't take you. I was like, okay, they didn't take you either then. Which is so funny. I just thought that was hilarious. Okay. Ross says, what's your phone number? I don't give that out. This is Paulina, can you rapture me anytime? That's funny. She's fun. Wong says, thank you. There are some who believe UFOs are remnants of old technology from advanced human civilizations rather than aliens. I kind of believe that too. Because the resin, so that spherical thing they found, I was watching the reports in Spanish. That spherical thing they found in Buga, Colombia, it has resin from this earth. Like it says the carbon in this resin last exchanged with the atmosphere 12,560 years ago. So it's like from this earth, right? So I kind of am more inclined to believe what Juan said, which is it feels like old technology. There's like some ancient civilization living somewhere and we just don't know about them. Just like, you know, how we follow those tribes are super isolated and they really don't know about the outside world. That could be us. There could be other very advanced civilizations here on Earth and we just don't have contact with them and they come and watch us just like we watch the tribes that are not connected to us. That's totally possible. You know what I mean? Okay, so Huang said, ha, yeah, I mean, yeah, her comment was hilarious because I'm like, that means they didn't take you either. They didn't take you. You know what I mean? She was like, well, the rapture happened and they didn't take you. I was like, okay, if you're commenting this, that means they didn't take you either. And is Jacob Parker says aliens are fallen angels and demons. I have heard that too. A lot of people believe that. I am conflicted because there's some people who have good experiences, but some people have horrific experiences. So for those, for sure. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what I believe in yet. That's another reason why I create this community. We could share ideas and perspectives, and I have not made up my mind, you know. I just try to promote love and happiness and openness, you know. So for the hurricane or anything, oh, thanks. That's so sweet of you. Oh my god. Let's see. Okay, so Juan says, I think some people may have encountered the Fae and confused them with aliens. 100%. 100%. I feel like some of these creatures that people encounter and they're like, could be demon. I mean, I feel like some of them are just interdimensional spirits that are here and there. I don't know. The Fae, for people who don't know, are the Fae, for people who don't know, are like the fairies of this world, or like in Scottish and Irish lore, they believe that Fae are like spirits that protect nature, and you have the Seelie and Unseelie courts. It's so much fun. It's not just like what you see in Disney. Juan says there are some depictions of goblins, for example, and definitely look like aliens, for sure. Yeah, I could totally see someone seeing a spirit in nature or this elemental nature and thinking it's an alien, you know? Jill says the sharp corners of your mouth are otherworldly. Aw, thanks. The person who threw me. I did not. I don't know who you are. In this channel, we just do love and positivity. We talk about different ideas and things. Whatever you want, you know? Okay, so, but yeah, we're respectful here to each other. So please, you know, be respectful to each other on the comments. Okay, so Juan Catalan says, like the whole Miami Mall alien encounter. Oh my god, that blew my mind, by the way. I was like watching that 24/7 go, you know. It says like the whole Miami Mall alien encounter that happened, was it 2 years ago now? People were freaking out, but nobody was able to capture a single image, but all those people got scared and ran. Yes, I went down the rabbit hole of that. That was like, I think more than 2 years now. Yeah, I went down that rabbit hole. And oh my god, like, it was like people were saying they were seeing things coming in and out of reality. So when they would try to take out their phone to record it, it was messing with their phone. Like it was not, their phones were not working. And then that's why there was like no footage of these supposedly teenagers that were fighting, because the news was saying this was caused by teenagers that are fighting. Where are the fighting teenagers? Don't you think they would have had footage of that? Like, do you know what I mean? And all these people running out swear that they saw these tall beings, that there was a portal and they were coming in and out of reality. It was like they were like not in this. And then that actually leads me down to another theory, because when I read Project Bluebeam, I just saw your comment. Yeah, I do talk. I'm Hispanic, so I talk with my hands. When I read Project Bluebeam, it talked about creating like, you know, like projections, using technology to create projections, using your phones and all the technology around to emit a vibration that causes your brain to hallucinate, right? That was Project Bluebeam was written by a journalist. I have his information here, actually. It was written by Serge Monas. That's what people thought was gonna happen, but like in a worldwide scale. But what if the Miami Mall wasn't really aliens or entities? What if it was the government testing Project Bluebeam? What if it was projections and they were emitting a low frequencies that causes your brain to hallucinate worse and causes you to go in a state of paranoia? And then what if that was their small test to see how people would react? You know, that's what I was thinking the other day. I was like, ooh, because I was looking into the Project Bluebeam. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on the comments real quickly. Okay, so, okay, let's see. Hi. Why were you drunk blood last live stream on 2 weeks ago? Stop trying to act all innocent. Oh, yeah, that's because I ate Timmy 2 weeks ago. But don't worry, I don't hurt people. Okay, so that was, what was it? Yeah, you guys, whatever. It was a bit. Okay, moving on. Like it was fake. It's not real. Okay. Jacob Parker Outdoor says her hands do so much talking. They do. Love to, okay. Will says it makes sense now. Yeah. So I was going down that rabbit hole. Let's see. Juan says I think those were interdimensional. I think those were interdimensionals rather than aliens. And do you mean Project Blue Book? No, I'm talking about Project Blue Beam. It was written by Serge Monast, but his theory was that the government was going to make like a fake alien invasion. Remember my first video before the rapture, video? His theory was that the government was going to make fake alien invasion and was going to use all the technology around us to emit frequencies where it causes our brains to go into panic mode and cause us to see things, right? And then we're panicking, we're fighting, and we think we're fighting things. And then they were going to project a fake savior to create the one world order. That was his theory. Mr. Serge Monas died. People think he was killed because he was very healthy and they put him in jail for 1 day. And when he got out of jail, he had a heart attack. But he was healthy. It made no sense. It was like he was injected with something. So that's Project Bluebeam. So I was like theorizing, what if the Miami incident with the aliens where people were freaking out, what if that was a mini test to that? You know, that's what I was like just spitting out. The Project Blue Book, I think it's different. Can you expand on that? Because I kind of forgot what that was. El Pollo says hello. El Pollo says hello de Argentina. Okay. Hola de Argentina. Okay. These comments are kind of like, okay. So, Juan says, well, the U.S. military from time of the Iraq War when George W. was president already had a military vehicle that had a laser, so weirder things have happened. Yeah, I mean, we had MK Ultra, like the CIA admitted to experimenting on people, and they experimented on their own soldiers too. Like they put them on LSD and they try to see if they can brainwash them. It was kind of horrific, and they literally have all these files that they publicly said, yeah, we did, you know. And then you also had like they were like they've said that they try to get psychics in there to, all that. Okay, so no, I do not have children. Zella says, hey, Mario's the world. So, oh my god. Will says, where did you get all this information from? You can Google it. The CIA has their public records posted, which is very interesting. And then Serge Monas published his theories. It's in a book. You can read that too. But they've released files. They're just like really old. It's not like current. It's like really old. Okay. Bruce Wayne says, "Oi, hello, Paulina. Hi." Oh my God. Sorry, it's taking me a while to get down because like there's so many comments that are hidden. I have to view each one. Just says, "That's it. I'm bringing her to meet my friends, and I hope she doesn't stop talking." She's that's funny. I mean, like I'm just trying to promote this channel where we, have a community and all of that. Hi, I was in Mimi Mall on that day. Were you in the Miami Mall? Juan says, maybe make country Kirby the Mares so you can sense his next come. Yeah, I'm trying to like, I mean, it's fine for now. If it gets too insane, then I will. Yeah, I feel guilty. Like, it's kind of like a job, so I don't want to like, you know what I mean? But if it gets really insane, I'll ask for a volunteer who wants to do it. Juan says, yes. Wait, Hi says you were actually in the Miami Mall? At least for this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's not as, like, now I've caught up, but if it gets, like, where I can't catch up. Hey, it's Randy Day. How's your night going far? So far, it's going well. We've talked about the UFO that was caught in Buga, Colombia. Because it got caught in the power lines. And I was watching, they have news reports in Spanish. You can watch them. They're on YouTube. And they're keeping us updated on what they found. And some things that they have found was the resin was carbon dated 12,560 years ago. So that ball, that UFO that they found in Colombia, was dated to 10,600 BC, around the end of the last ice age. It reacts to sound frequencies. It disrupts nearby electronics. The only reason they caught it was because it got caught in the power lines, which is hilarious. Maybe they did it on purpose. Okay. So, Hi says, I remember so many police officers that night at Miami Mall. Really? So what did you see? Hi, were you on that? This is so interesting because I have someone that says they were there. Did you see any fights on the inside of the mall? Do you have to do? Thank you, Juan. Catch up. Okay. The good thing is, for the most part, YouTube is censoring them. I'm just like kind of like showing. ¿De dónde eres? Florida. I'm in Florida right now. Oh, Jacob, 501. Speak Spanish. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Wait, so what did you see, Hi? So you're saying you were in Miami Mall in that incident. Did you run? Did you see any of these interdimensional beings that people were seeing? There's so much chaos that day. There's so many police officers. The chief of police was saying one thing. The people who were running out were saying other things. They're saying the electronics wasn't working. So I want to hear what you saw. I want to hear your experience, if you don't mind sharing, of course. Okay. Bea says, hey, beautiful. Hi, thanks. Un poco. Okay, so, and then yesterday I was kind of reading the history of the Ouija board, which was kind of interesting, but it was at a different time, so I had different people on. Good day from Australia. That's nice. Australia. What time is it over there? It's funny because you guys are known to have like just like the biggest animals possible, you know? Yeah, like the biggest like spiders, kangaroos hopping around. Jacob says Ouija board is demonic. Yeah, I told the people who are subscribed here know that I I was tricked into playing it when I was a little girl. By an adult woman. Juanita says, still cool though, besides Spanish and English, I only know one word of Chinese. The thing is with Spanish speakers, like, at least for me, Latin American Spanish is so close to Portuguese from Brazil. I've had people here, like, right in, like, they're from Brazil, like, Portuguese, or I'll hear them and I understand what they're saying. Portuguese from Portugal, their accent's too strong. I don't understand them. Okay, so William says midday. Ooh, that's nice. What are you eating? Okay, for lunch. So Hi says, okay, so Hi says that she was, or he was in the Miami Mall. During that chaos. Was it like 2 years ago, something like that, 2.5. During that chaos where people were running out. Yeah, I think it was like 2.5 years ago. Maybe a little more. I don't remember exactly. People were running out saying that they saw aliens. But the news was saying there's teenagers fighting. But there's no recordings of teenagers fighting. And then the people were running outside. They tried to record the things that were phasing in and out of reality. But their phones weren't working. So let's see what Hai saw. Because she was there. She says, I saw them. They were weird. I was hiding. It was creepy. And I saw all the figures from the portal. I kept hearing that people saw like portals, you know? That is so cool. Will says, I tried the Ouija board and it got me scared so bad. Ooh, did something creepy happen? There was no teenager fighting. Yeah, there's like no recordings of teenagers fighting. There's footage of a bunch of teenagers running outside the mall, but they were running they were like running out. They were not actively fighting. They were just running out the mall, you know? Will says, I felt something on my right shoulder. Oh, that is creepy. Did you do the Ouija board by yourself, Mr. Will? Yeah, I don't think I would do it now. I just got tricked into it as a kid. For those who don't know, yes? Oh, God, that's why. Why would you do this to yourself? No, that's so scary. I'm going to subscribe to you. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I try to, like, sometimes I'll do the creepy vampire stuff, but it's all fun and games. Like, this community is to be respectful and spread love and happiness and listen to each other's perspectives on different things. For those who don't know, I do ghost tours as a job. So we don't use that though. We do the spirit talker. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. And I did have one that was pretty creepy, where in the spirit talker, it came up like the people were trying to talk to spirits in that area, and it said it was the ancient one, and it was coming up through the spirit talker super clear, and that's rare because usually they're not that clear. And that one I had to like protect and cleanse myself afterwards after that one. But I'm fine now. What was I gonna say? I have like hair stuck in my mouth. Look, I have Simba over here. Look. Oh, can you see his tail? Can you see his tail? Oh no, it doesn't let me rotate it. YouTube says I can't rotate it. Hoa says the ancient one sounds like some old, possibly native. Yes, but I had like that one specifically. I didn't use protection that day, and I should have. For like the ghost spirit stuff, maybe brought a cross with me, or like prayed or used sage or something on my ghost tour. And the thing is, like, I felt like something followed me, and you could feel it, and then but I just like ignored it. That had a horrible nightmare that day where it was like trying to throw me out the window. Like, it was like dragging me by the shirt, I couldn't see it, and trying to throw me out the window. And so I prayed the Our Father, and it got banished. But then my neighbor texted me saying, did you do a ghost tour this night, blah, blah, because she experienced it. And she said threw a trash can lid across her apartment. So then I had to cleanse both of our places. So I did, and it got out. I don't feel it anymore. It's gone. And for me, like, I prayed to the Holy Spirit, so it's completely gone. But it was funny because it like it was banished, but then it went to her. It went to her. Okay, so let me catch up to the comments. I'm described to I have sleep paralysis sometimes. Well, yeah. Are you causing it yourself? Because I feel like if you're doing meditations, try to astral project, you can cause that state, or there could be something trying to kind of attack you at night. So I would say pray and try to cleanse that from your space. Like I did. Like my place is just love and light now. I can feel the energy. It's all good. What happens in your sleep paralysis? Well, I'm curious. Samuel says hi. Hi, Samuel. Juan says, did you ever the communication with the Ouija board closed? Oh, that's a good question. If you just did the Ouija board and now you're having sleep paralysis, that could just be like it came. You basically like opened up something. You have to like close it. Okay, saw that. Yes, Juan. Yeah. Huang says, but still have the same issues, hauntings and stuff. To Will. No, not to me. I'm fine. Nah, Samuel, you're going way too far. Yeah, I just saw that. Dana, hi. Russ says, what's up your teeth? Yeah, they're extra spiky, aren't they? Will says yes. Okay, so what were you talking about? Oh yes, Bruce. For me, like, everybody does their own stuff, but I just like pray and do the Our Father, and that helps clear things. But I do have like dragon's blood sage, and I cleanse the area, and and then I just kind of banish it out. You leave your door open, you banish it out. Hi says, I'm going to have a nice night. I'm going to have subscribed to you. Good night. Good night. Hi, thanks for subscribing. Dan says, what are you doing? So we were talking about so many things. We talked about the UFO in Colombia that they caught because it got caught in the power lines. And you can watch it it's Spanish, but it's on their news. We've talked about not the history of the Ouija board, just like people who've experienced the Ouija board. I got tricked into it as a kid. Ghost tours, Project Bluebeam, all the weird stuff, Whatever you want to talk about it, we're here, Okay, so let's see. Jacob says, I have a reoccurring nightmare since age 3 of Bert and Ernie stealing my nose. What? Then giant Teletubbies chasing me when they stomp on me. I wake up. That's scary. Wait, you're still having these nightmares? I wonder what's causing it. And like they sound like very like childhood. I don't know how old you are, but they sound like very childhood. Will, okay, he's talking to Will. So, okay, Juan's giving you advice, which I love that, where we share things, I hear it. Will says, okay, I hear about it. Oh, you heard about it, Dana, about the UFO in Buga, Colombia. I mean, they're definitely, I honestly think, and this is something Juan mentioned, I honestly think it's from here because the resin on the UFO they caught on the power lines dates to 10,600 BC. That's the end of the last ice age. I feel like it's just technology that was already here. Hear about it. Let us know if you fix the issue. Yes, I love that. Keep us updated. Christian says, hey, what's going on? We're just talking about weird stuff. Whatever you want to talk about. Paranormal experiences, aliens, whatever you want to talk about. How old are you? 501. Diana says yes. Jacob says, once a year, at least, my sister cut my nose half off when I was 3, so I fear losing it. Wait, what? I don't know if I'm reading this correctly. 28, I think. You said that, like, your sister, I'm sorry if she actually hurt you. How do I become a vampire? Dun, dun, dun. That's a big question. Will says, you guys want a description of one of the sleep paralysis demons? Sure. You said you're having this thing that is scaring you. Are you for real, Will? You can tell us. But again, if something is haunting you, like, you probably need to cleanse your area, It's feeding off of scaring you. You know, you're a powerful spiritual being too. We're all powerfully spiritual. You can banish it. Like, go away. You're strong too. Brantley says, do I get bitten by one or push or spell? That's funny. How to do this? I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Secret. Will. Brantley. Okay, Will says he has a tall guy watching me sleep with a wide smile. That's creepy. Yeah, why don't you cleanse your space, Will? Unless you're friends with it. Are you friends with it? Okay. And that reminds me of the movie Smile. I never saw it. I just saw the trailer and I was like, no, too scary. Jacob says, she threw a grill scraper at me and I almost died. Oh, that's so scary. So you're traumatized. That's probably trauma you have to work through. That's like, it's not something haunting you in your dreams. It's something, my first memory, that's when the nightmare started burning and he chased me into the cabin and kept appearing in the windows. Night times was scary. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Jacob. I hope you work through that. It's something maybe seeing, professional for guidance, because you're having those dreams because of something that happened to you. Wang says, he needs to banish, then close the door from the Ouija board that cleanses the blessed property in good measure. Yes, I agree. Jacob says, the sun starts to rise when I run from the cabin and giant Teletubbies chase me. Yeah, it's definitely tied to your childhood, for sure. Because this is all like childhood, like cartoons, right? And then you got hurt as a kid, so then you keep having these recurring dreams. Will says no. Okay. I'm gonna be bad so bad. We was like 5 feet vampires here. Ooh. I'm so sorry. You can heal me. No, I would say go to a professional. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that. So, that's the biggest thing. This is a community where we can share our ideas, and you're always welcome here. All of you guys are, and we're respectful. But, I'm not a professional. We can just hear each other out. We're all friends here. Okay. So, you're pro, you're smaller and healing me. Ah, sweet. That's really nice of you. Okay. So, what was I talking about? Oh, you know what's funny? Hasbro, the toy company, owns the Ouija board. They create the most wholesome toys. And then they have the scariest board. And they make it into the kids' toys. They have pink ones, and I don't know. I think it's not inherently bad, but I think people have sent so much negative energy towards that board and that concept that it can attract things like that because of the collective energy as a society that we've put in the perception of the Ouija board. That's how I see it, because we use spirit talkers, and it's in a sense a similar thing. But it's like the collective energy of society having a negative idea for the Ouija board is creating it to be negative, because we're all I feel like we're powerful beings. We create our realities, and as a collective we can create our realities too. I think that's why Simpsons and TV shows will predict things, because it's not really a prediction. They're just trying to program our brains so we can manifest that into the reality, and they get the reality they want. I feel like, television, they're giving you a vision. Okay, so, Will says, you ever watch Ancient Aliens? No, I've heard of it, but I have not watched it. Can you tell me about it? I'm curious. Were you born or been in? Ooh, I don't know. It's a secret. I heard something outside. Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to creep you out. So is she a vampire? What did it sound like, Will? Yeah, I think maybe we're scaring him, so maybe he, when you're scared, you're more open to hearing things. But also, if you put that energy out, you might actually attract things too. When I do the ghost tours, I'm so numb now. I just put love energy, only love things, create a field, energy field where everything kind of bounces off. Listen, I'm a locked door, bang. Okay, lock the doors, make sure you're okay. Once I put salt in doors, windows, after locking the windows, cross salt. True. Tommy says vampire powerful. You are powerful too. We're all powerful. Don't forget that. I know the news and all this stuff tries to create divide, but that's why I try to create like communities like this where we can have different ideas and we can all be a community and know that as people we're powerful. I started to grow some vegetables, which I'm happy about. I think sharing food too. I want to have chickens. I just don't have land right now. Brad says, why is everything a secret? Welcome, Brantley. Diego says, why do you say 501 when I asked age? I always said 501. It was 501. I turned 501 in August. Marco says, hi. Okay, so, let me see something. I don't know. We've talked about all the UFO stuff, the Ouija, I feel like even though there's a lot of chaos in the world trying to create divide, I feel like people are starting to realize that we're best working together, we may all look different, have different cultures, but we can contribute to society together and we can help each other out. And that's all I want. And I think people, like, I personally, like, I would love to have a house and just some land. And I would love to grow crops and share with neighbors. And it would be great if people did that more. Like, we could grow our own food, I really want chickens. Jacob says, you turned 501 in August. Yes. I'm a Leo. Ooh, what's your signs, by the way? What are your signs? I'm a fire sign, Leo. I think I'm very typically a Leo in general. I am kind of loud. It's inappropriate. Will says, Bradley says, I'm a Libra. Ooh, what is it to be a Libra? Let's look that up. What does it mean? What does it mean to you to be a Libra, Brantley? To me, for a Leo, it's like outgoing, a little loud. But I'm happy. I make friends. I'm very loyal. I don't know what else is Leo. Okay. Eat 40 carrots. Let's see. And Libra's kindness and balanced. Oh, I love that. I love that. I think Virgos are so organized. Like, I have family members that are Virgos, and they are, like, the most organized people in the world. Like, everything, like, you go on vacation with them, and they're like, we're going to do this, and this, and this at this time, and we're going to do this at this time, and this at this time. I mean, it's kind of awesome. Everything's organized. Everything's planned out. I think Virgos are the best at presentations, probably. Things like that. Brantley says, I once saw my friend cry and I pulled her into a hug. Oh, that's nice. I love that. Jacob says, not sure if I'm Pisces or Aquarius, February 20th. Let's see. February 20th is what sign? Pisces. So Pisces are generally considered to be from February 19th to March 20th. They're described as intuitive, compassionate, artistic, and empathetic people. That's nice. Cookie kitten. Ooh, I love kittens too. It says, hi girl. So I have one hair, but I really want those soft curls. Any products to help train my hair? I use Curl Smith. They're a little pricey, but they're the best thing that I have ever done to my hair. Like, my hair is colored, and it keeps my hair so healthy. And I don't gatekeep here as a girl. Curl Smith, look them up. They have for different types of hair. So for very coarse hair, for less coarse hair, for wavy hair, for all this type of hair. And they put protein back into your hair and keep it very, very healthy. So definitely recommend them. Brentley says, my birthday falls October 15th. Ooh, October birthday. I love this. Halloween, I always kind of want an October birthday because of Halloween. It's like, that's like the coolest. You're like so lucky. My birthday falls on October 15th, so in the middle of October, I can get early happy birthday. Early happy birthday, Brantley. Okay, let's see what you are. October 15th, Zodiac. Let's see. You are a Libra. You are an air sign, known for love, balance, harmony, and sociability. That's awesome. I love that. All right, happy birthday. Yeah, of course. We got you here. Okay. So, and you know what's funny? I've noticed that even though, like, I don't fully believe in the Zodiac, I kind of do believe in the Zodiac because I'll meet people and they're just like, they're literally just their Zodiac sign. Literally, all the Virgos I've met, their Zodiac sign. So organized. All the Aquarius, their Zodiac sign. Aquarius is like, you know, like, kind of like a little bit of a lone wolf, but very creative, works on their own kind of thing. You know, like all of the Zodiac signs, Leo's outgoing, kind of like tension, kind of loud. Like that's me. People are just like really their sign. So like sometimes I don't believe it, but then I'm like, I mean, come on. Cookie Kitten says, it is like shampoo. Also, I have like small waves in my hair, less than your hair, but your hair looks stunning. Aw, thanks. Well, they have for different hair types. So Curlsmith will have for like more wave, like smaller wave or wave hair. Definitely just do like the whole regimen with them. It costs, they're a little pricey, but like it's what kept my hair so healthy. Bradley says, you just made my night. Oh, I love that. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of this community. We can just share different ideas and just talk, honestly, hang out. As Jero says, I'm a Taurus. Let's see what Taurus is. Taurus. So Taurus are grounded, reliable, and sensual people. That's funny. Valuable, comfort, and beauty in life. That's really nice. That's actually really nice. Marco says, house. Hails. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm skipping that. Mai says, hi, sister. What style vampire teeth? They're the cute ones. It's nice. Thank you. Aw, Brantley, thanks for all the hearts. That's so sweet. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm a Sagittarius, November 25th. Okay, let's see Sagittarius. Sagittarius horoscope. Sagittarius are optimistic, adventurous, and freedom-loving people. You love freedom too. I love that. Optimistic, like you look at the good in the future. Like if someone's like, my glass is half empty, you're like, no, your glass is half full. You still have half a milk or half a Pepsi. You know, Will says February 3rd. I think you're an Aquarius, Will. Let's see. February 3rd. Zodiac. Yes, Aquarius. Aquarius says 11th astrological sign in Western Zodiac. So visionary, innovative, and big picture thinkers. Okay, so let's see. Cody says, I'm back. Welcome back again. Welcome back again. Okay, Cookie Kitten says, that's so right. Also, the future, I would love to like a global idol because they perform and sing and dance. I love that. Oh, I love that too. If you want to, you said you would love to be like a global. You can do anything you put your mind to, Cookie Kitten. You just have to, you know, believe in yourself that you can do this and work towards it, you know? Like, I was, like, so, like, with YouTube and stuff, when I was growing up, you know, my family wanted the best for me, and I would tell them I wanted to do stuff, and they were like, you're gonna starve, like, that doesn't work, you know? And I love them. They wanted the best for me and I listened, but now I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do what makes me happy, you know? And it's like, you know, the fruition is getting there. You know, I just work towards it. And also TikTok, I'm already monetized on TikTok. So fruition does work. You just have to believe that this is your dream and work towards it. Put energy towards it, you know? Anything is possible in this life, and I've realized that it doesn't matter. Like, it's funny, just not caring what other people think, because they're not living the life that you want. They might want the best for you, but you know what's best for you, right? So, you know, knowing that you can achieve anything and working towards it, and you got this. You got this, Cookie Kitten. Okay, so Brantley Ann says, if you look Chinese or Japanese zodiac, you'll see what year is which animal. I think I'm a golden pig because I was born in 07. Golden pig, that sounds so cool. Let's see. Chinese zodiac, golden pig. So, the golden pig is the luckiest year of the pig, occurring once every 60 years. It combines the pig with the heavenly stem of earth, which symbolizes gold and yellow. The last golden pig was in 2019. Okay. I don't know if 2007 was known as the year of the red pig. No, you're the red pig, because you're 07. The red pig, though, sometimes marketed as the golden pig year. Okay, red pig. Let's see what red pig is. The Chinese zodiac red pig refers to the fire pig, an elemental associated with the animal sign pig, which occurs in the years such as 2007 and 2019. It refers to the elemental fire, your passion and strength, and it's a common symbol of luck and prosperity. That's awesome. That's still awesome. You have a lot of passion, strength, and luck. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's keep. L14 says, sorry I stop you, but vampire. That's funny. Sorry. Hi. Cookie says, yes, girly, you actually helped me so much, like my therapist. That's very sweet. I'm just trying to create, you know, a community. We share ideas and stuff like that. I love that. It says, they say a year has 52 weeks, but that equals to 364 days. Last year was 365. And what about leap years? I know I'm just kind of Googling the horoscope. So I'm not expert in it. Thomas says hi. Hi. Alex says hi. Jen says hi. Well, that will explain why I like fire, because I'm a vampire. I'm a big vampire. Oh, that's awesome. You're a vampire. What's that? The fire pig mean? Oh, fire. Yeah, the fire pig in Chinese zodiac. That one's like a really cool one to have. Sister, is you keep that? Well, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna sub. Stay safe. Oh, I'm glad you subbed. I just like having you guys. That's all we do. It's just talk about weird stuff. We're just talking about zodiac signs right now. But I love having you guys. Hey, by the way, I'll see you next time.